And thousands of people across the city remain without power at this hour after our first big monsoon storms hit hard in Tucson. If you take a look at this map here from TEP, you can see all the affected areas, making it about 3,200 people without power right now. Those that live in the Catalina foothills are most affected, and News 4 Tucson's Megan Spector explains why, who is live right now at the Catalina foothills, and she has more on that. Megan, good afternoon.
Robbie, if you look behind me, you can see why so many people in this area are still without power. Now, we're standing here on Campbell, just north of Skyline, where the road is completely closed off, and that's because a number of power lines are down because of that storm yesterday. Now, behind me to my right, you can see crews working on one of the lines, but that's just 1 out of 9 on this street that needs to be fixed. The first official monsoon storm of this year here in Tucson brought heavy rain, hail, and incredibly strong winds of about 60 miles per hour in certain areas. These conditions are what caused a row of power lines in the foothills to fall. Crews have been hard at work all morning trying to get the lines back up so people living in the area can safely exit their homes and get back on the road. But the damage from the storm goes beyond down power lines. I spoke with Ann McKechnie, who's lived in the foothills for 18 years and in Tucson for 30. She showed me videos from her backyard where you can see how strong the winds are blowing and how hard the rain is hitting her windows. She tells me this was the worst she's ever seen.
It was crazy because we have a big, huge tree right outside our house on the west side of the house. A third of that tree went down. We have pyracantha bushes against our house that have been there since the house was built in the 1960s. And I would say about half of those are gone. They've just snapped off.
The Pima County Sheriff's Department tells me they're expecting this road to stay closed for at least a couple of more hours as crews continue to work on the power lines. But for those of you in the area without power still, TEP has set up 2 locations where you can go pick up ice, and you can find that information on our website at KVOA.com. Live in the foothills, Megan Spector, News 4, Tucson.
Thanks, Benny. And yes, in fact, all you gotta do is go to KVOA.com to learn all about the weather going on, everything, much more on our website.